All right, Michael Chandler is here. Always great to chat with him. Obviously, we'll discuss what's going on with his UFC career currently, but it's also the big game week. The New England Patriots taking on the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday, but there's lots of activities throughout the week, including something very fun that Michael will be a big part of, and excited to talk to him about that and much more. Michael Chandler, good to see you, man. How are you?
You as well, Mike. Man, I'm good, man. Just living the dream.
So let's talk about this weekend because there's a big event being put on in collaboration with First Form and Phorm Energy drink. A new flavor is being launched. And before we get into the event, Silver Lightning is the new flavor. And it's always fun when new things come out. There's the Ken. That is
Silver
certainly
Lightning. It's gorgeous. It's delicious. It's awesome.
well, tell me how good it is. What is the flavor like? Tell me about Silver
It's
Lightning.
delicious. I mean, well, first of all, it is cool because it's got that really shiny, cool white and silver. Obviously the namesake Silver Lightning, but it's a real refreshing kind of citrus flavor. And it's delicious, man. So obviously I'm going at least one of those a day right now. So we're enjoying it.
Well, there you go. And to help launch this new product, you'll be hosting an event on Saturday in the San Francisco area. Phorm Energy, Michael Chandler, and Bussin' with the Boys teaming up
Yeah.
for the Ultimate Fitness Challenge. It's fitness, it's fun, it's a party, DJ disco lines on the ones and twos. What is going on with this fitness challenge, Michael? I know how important fitness is to you. What can fans and attendees expect on Saturday?
Yeah, obviously, Mike, we've known each other for a while. I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for me having people in my life who have introduced me to fitness and expanded my mind on fitness, and myself trying to help expand people's minds on fitness. And this awesome event that we're doing at the big game with Phorm Energy called Training Camp with, like you said, we're having a live DJ there. My boys Taylor Lewan, Will Compton, bussing with the boys. We're going to be on the microphone. We're going to be getting people pumped up. We're going to be putting people through workouts. Our general manager of Phorm Energy, who may be the most in shape manager of any company in the entire world, Tom Russell, is going to be joining us as well. And so, if you know anything about the culture of this company, man, it's all founded on doing the work, and that's why I love them and why we've been had such a amazing relationship thus far. Is just all about celebrating people that do the work, putting in effort, being resilient, being full of grit. And of course, it's during the big game, and it's the big game week, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be an awesome community bringing people together through the beautiful magic of fitness.
What are some of the workouts that people can expect to take part in?
Well, if you follow my social media, I'm doing a little bit of, we'll be doing some cool agility stuff, some explosive stuff. Obviously a little bit of weights here and there, but a lot of movement, getting the heart rate up, smiling the entire time, head to toe, full body workout, because we focus on strength plus speed equals power to become the most explosive, most dangerous, happiest, healthiest, and hardest to kill individual that you possibly can be. So that's what we're going to do on Saturday. Sorry. The game is Sunday, which is
Yeah.
really weirding me out because anytime usually I go, like we go to fights on the weekend, you're like, oh, it's on Saturday, but this one is like, oh shoot, this one is actually on Sunday. So it feels weird that the event is on Sunday because in the MMA world, we're always on Saturdays. So it'll be awesome.
Will there be giveaways? I'm sure people can try the new form drink. Of course, health is wealth, and challenging yourself could be its own prize and its own reward. But what
Yeah.
other things can folks expect when they work out with you guys?
Yeah, an awesome time with a great community, and obviously, yeah, Form's presence. There will definitely be the new Silver Lightning flowing, and we will all enjoy the time together. I'm sure there'll be some swag. I'm sure there'll be some all kinds of stuff. Because if you know anything about Form Energy, it's all about bringing people together. You create a feeling with fitness, right? You create a feeling with pushing yourself because pushing yourself is a hard thing, but with doing hard things, it opens up the heart, it opens up the mind. So it'll be a really good time, really, really challenging, and people will enjoy it. I'm excited to meet Disco Lines too. Maybe get up there and scratch a little bit. I don't
Oh,
know.
DJ Mikey C on the ones and
Yeah,
twos. I'm looking
exactly,
forward to that. But yeah, so
exactly.
if you're in the area, get your fitness on, have some fun with Michael Chandler and the Bussin' with the Boys and Form Energy. But to transition a little, Mike, you had thoughts heading into the Justin Gaethje Paddy Pimblett fight, heading into UFC 324, and you said throughout, Paddy is better than everybody thinks he is, and Gaethje is just a violent animal. And you were leaning Gaethje, and that lean was correct because Gaethje went out there and just Gaethje'd his way to victory and the interim title. You watched the fight. I believe you were there. I'm pretty sure. What was your reaction to it?
It was good. It was a good fight. Obviously, it was dominant by Gaethje because he kept a good game plan. But there was moments where you saw the toughness, obviously, of Paddy, the durability of Paddy, and even just the abilities of Paddy. I mean, he's like I said, he's better than everybody gave him credit for. And just the mentality of Justin, and he's a hammer looking to smash a nail. And Paddy doesn't have maybe the skills or the abilities and violence that Justin has, but he took a licking and kept on ticking, man. He got dropped a couple times, got back up. He was busted up. He was bruised, and he still had his moments where he was landing shots and landing punches and going for takedowns and throwing kicks and hitting Justin with, I think, more than people expected him to. So it was a good fight. It was a fun fight. And yeah, man, maybe I'll tussle with one of those guys in the future. We'll see.
We've seen people say, hey, fun fight. This is what the fan base wants. This was, I heard Israel Adesanya say, this is the Griffin Bonner one of this era. Yeah. And then you see guys like Matt Brown and Josh Barnett saying, yeah, it was fun, but it was sloppy and undisciplined and very little technique and things of that nature. But the way I look at it is like, hey, if you're the UFC and Paramount and fans turn on the product for the first time and they watch that fight, they're probably coming back to watch again. So I'm curious how you gauge the comments from some of the, I guess, back in the day guys saying, fun, yes, great technical masterpiece, not so much.
Yeah, it's hard, right? Because the sport should continue to evolve, and you think it continues to evolve, so therefore it should become more cleaner, more streamlined, less sloppy, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it's still a street fight. There's a very limited amount of rules. He's throwing something, I'm throwing something. Like he's throwing something as I'm throwing something. You get hit with something, so. And I look at it like I would never disrespect two guys who go out there and they lay it on the line. Was there a little sloppy moments? Yes, of course there was, but there's little sloppy moments in every aspect of the sport. And obviously there's going to be the people who have never done it talking about it, but then guys who have done it, who somewhat have a tendency to pretty much poo-poo on every single fight, or every single thing. Not to mention any names, but it's one of those deals where, man, I was entertained. I thought it was a great fight. I think the storyline was Justin Gaethje is still one of the top guys in the division. Paddy Pimblett, maybe not necessarily one of the top guys in the division from a skill standpoint when you watch that fight, but he's tougher than nails and he's got the heart of a champion. So it was good for everybody. Definitely good for the first fight on Paramount.
A lot of people in the fallout have been saying, hey, good for Gaethje, great win, played spoiler. But if he faces Ilia Topuria, it's not going to go well for him. And I know you said leading into UFC 324, Gaethje could beat Ilia Topuria. He could end the year as the undisputed champion. And I think you picked him to do so. Do you still believe that to be true after watching those 25 minutes?
He could, and sometimes too, like styles make fights, right? And I think Gaethje, there was a little bit. It's always chaotic when Gaethje fights. There's always chaos when Gaethje fights, but him versus Paddy looked a little bit less. I think less technical than we're used to. Like his performance against myself, his performance against a Tony Ferguson, his performance against Dustin Poirier. Some of these ones where it's like it's a little more traditional. Paddy is not a traditional movement. He is not a non-traditional movement. A little bit herky-jerky, a little bit awkward, a little bit weird. Just weird is the only way to put it, right? And that can be effective in the sport of mixed martial arts. But when you have a guy who's a lot more technical, sometimes you kind of fall into that vein, so to speak. So, not because of the last performance, but Ilia Topuria should be the heavy favorite against Justin Gaethje. He should be the heavy favorite against any lightweight on the planet, because he's just that good.
Of course, time to talk about your favorite subject, Michael. The UFC White House card in June. All the questions: is Michael Chandler going to fight Conor McGregor? And Dana White says no, and he's doubling down. And then Jorge Masvidal's teasing, maybe I will fight Conor McGregor. And then Dana said no to that. And I know you're not a guy to give up on things until the door slams shut. It's locked behind you. And I mean, you just cannot open this door. It's physically impossible. But matchmaking appears to be underway. What can you tell us? Where do you stand currently as it relates to fighting at the White House, Conor McGregor, et cetera? Have you heard anything in the last week and a half or so?
I think no matter what, I think I'm a shoe-in. I'm a first ballot choice for being on the White House card. When you have the White House a card this big and historic, it's not just about putting on the best fights. It's about putting on the most reliable guys that you possibly can to make sure they actually show up to fight. As far as the Conor stuff, You have heard what has been said publicly. Is that what's going to happen? We don't know. All I know is I can control what I can control. We'll see how it happens. I'm going to stay busy, like we just talked about going up to the big game this week. I'm going to stay busy, and when I get the phone call, I get the phone call. And either way, I think I'll be on the White House lawn June 14th.
In your heart of hearts, you're fighting on the White House. That's good. That's checkbox number one. Will you be fighting Conor McGregor at the White House? If you had to guess, in your heart of hearts, deep down, do you think you're fighting him?
Man, you're trying to get me verbally eviscerated by all the MMA fans, and I'm like, oh, I still think it's happening. But like you said though, and I think there you can respect it a little bit. You can call it delirious, you can call it whatever you want. But until a door is slammed in your face, and that key is the door is locked and the key is thrown away, you never give up hope. So we'll see where there's talks happening right now, and we'll see how it plays out.
Who else would make sense for you if it's not Conor? Does that even matter, or is just fighting on this card? Is there anybody else that sort of stands out to you?
Man, I mean, there's so many options. I mean, I want it to be a big fight that is indicative of how big the White House is, man. I mean, timing doesn't work out really great, man. But like Max Holloway for the BMF belt, does he get past Charles Oliveira? You know, Paddy Pimblett, there's a whole story there where I took that fight on very short notice, coming off of an injury, basically coming off the couch, coming out of the rehab room, and made that decision to make that walk again because I wanted to get back in there. So I was not happy with that performance. I feel like I was somewhat of a shell of the fighter that I actually could have been and should have been. You know, I would have said Justin Gaethje, but now he's the interim title. I mean, who wouldn't want to see a rematch of the fight of the year 2021 and me and Justin Gaethje just absolutely duking it out? But he is in a different position right now where he's the interim champ and he's definitely getting the title shot next. So, anyone who is hungry and anyone who can get me closer to that title, I still believe I got a lot of tread left in the tires. You can't base a guy's abilities based on his last performance necessarily. So we'll see.
Last thing. Do we have a prediction for Sunday? Patriots, Seahawks. I hope you come up with the correct answer, Michael. Who you got?
I got Patriots.
Let's go, Michael.
I got Patriots, man. I'm a huge Mike Vrabel fan, man. Like, and not just because he was the Titan, you know, he was a Titans coach for a little while and we became friends or whatnot, but he's a good dude. And you've never heard a bad thing about it. Heck of a coach and heck of a player's coach, like a guy that you would literally go into battle with. So when you got coaches like that, man, obviously it's about the X's and the O's and the actual players on the team. But I'd love to see the Patriots win, you know, in the non-Tom Brady era. You know, it's like everyone just gave it to Tom, like the Patriots only won because of Tom Brady. Now it would be really cool to get them a Super Bowl without Tom Brady.
Yes, I would love to see that as well. And we shall see what happens on Sunday. But ladies and gentlemen, don't miss Michael Chandler along with Bussing with the Boys, the crew there, DJ Disco Lines this Saturday. Phorm Energy presents the Ultimate Fitness Challenge heading into the big game on Sunday. Follow Phorm Energy, find out where and when all this is going down. Michael, you are the man. We still have to get the golf video in. We got to get that done.
We got to, man. Maybe you, me, and Gaethje will go out there and play at some point.
Oh, are you going to RAF at the end of the month?
I'm not going to that one, but they do put on a great show. So if you're there, you'll enjoy it big time.
I was at the last one. I will be there at this one as well.
Me and Gaethje got some golf things planned up our sleeves. So we're going to the Super Bowl to talk about it.
I love that.
Talk about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, enjoy that. And thank you for the time as always, Michael. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.